My name is Total Biscuit, and I suck at Starcraft 2. Yes, indeed, folks, welcome to another episode of I Suck at Starcraft 2. This game was one that I took out of my placement matches. I was taking a break in the middle of them, decided to go up against my old nemesis Malvu, seeing if I'd improved at all. The answer is, well, quite frankly, no. I decided to innovate, try a new strategy that had just come up on the official Blizzard podcast. See how it worked. Answer is, well, when I'm trying to implement it, it just doesn't. Simple as that. It's terrible. Oh well, let's have a look and I shall show you exactly what I did wrong and whether or not I could have salvaged this situation. Answer is no. Now, I decided to start building a barracks. Yes, indeed. I built a barracks in his natural expansion. This proxy barracks was to be used to bunker rush. To build bunkers on his choke point, push into his base and kill him. But of course, Malvu isn't that terrible. In the meantime, I created a rudimentary block there, eliminated his scout in short order. Problem is, of course, that he knows that I have not built a barracks. So he is perhaps expecting this, and indeed, yes he is. In comes the Zealot. Will it be able to do anything? I've only got one Marine out. That's certainly not enough to kill that Zealot. Let's not notice it there, and he's coming back around to kill him. I do have a second Marine out, and here is an example of my nascent microing. Yes, rudimentary micro here. Amazing, isn't it? Truly astonishing. I'll be pro any minute. Click at random. Purple all over the place. So I actually managed to get the bunker up, get a Marine in, and I decided let's start stuffing that bunker with Marines and see what I can do. The main problem being that I think at this point I had no idea what to do after that. Now you'll notice that I'm barely doing anything in the base whatsoever, and I do have the resources to do it. In the meantime, my opponent is building many buildings, tech and otherwise. He's already got 2 gateways, whereas I have only 1 barracks. It's not a good situation. I think you can really see where this is going. So I'm setting barracks out there, which is fine. It's not too bad at all. The problem is, he can sit up there for as long as he damn well pleases. Back in the day, reactors didn't used to cost as much, and they were a lot quicker to build. So I got one of those up to try and pump out as many Marines as possible. It won't really help, honestly. I had a look up there. To be honest, I should have pushed up there early, tried to take down 1 Zealot at a time, push him back that way. He's not going to be stupid enough to run into that. I have 6 Marines, he has 3 Zealots. I could have done it, but I didn't. I decided to sit back there in the safety of my bunker. You see, even there, I forgot to build extra SCVs. I should have been pumping out SCVs all the time. I don't have an orbital command either, so I'm too tunnel visioned on this. Now, I can't imagine why I only sent up 5 Marines instead of 8. You know, 8 might have actually won it. At this point, I just get trapped in there and annihilated, losing my SCV as well, which means no extra bunkers for the time being. Of course, he doesn't dare go out of there, but he's going to sit back, collect resources, build his technology, and of course, he'll be able to break his way out at some point. And finally, I decided to start building an engineering bay. Aren't I fantastic? Oh, it's like, hey, I've still got a base. Yeah. Kept having a look around, kept trying to harass him there. Not that I could really do an awful lot. He's got a nice little collection of units there. If I hadn't thrown away my Marines earlier, I might have had a chance. The problem is now he starts to fortify. Once that choke's fortified with photon cannons, I'm not going to be getting past there anytime soon. Now, what I should have done here is use that tech lab to build as many Marauders as possible, but in reality, I only built a couple, then decided, hey, let's build some Reapers, because I was absolutely obsessed with Reapers at this point in time. I did a little bit better there. Not too bad, but still. I'm about to run at those photon cannons and lose an awful lot of units. Not good. Why I decided to fight them while I was near the photon cannons, I cannot imagine. What a waste of troops. At this point, I'm fighting entirely on his terms. And I've forgotten my base yet again. This is something you've got to learn. You'll notice there that I didn't hotkey any of my buildings. The cool thing about hotkeying your buildings is it allows you to build while you are not at your base. So while you're dealing with nonsense like this, you're pumping out extra units that you otherwise wouldn't have. Now that he has a mortal out and plenty of stalkers, he's able to break that bunker. And I still haven't brought up an extra SCV to start building more bunkers, or indeed any other production buildings. In the meantime, he has a fully fledged base, and way more workers than I do. Factory going up finally. Again, all of this is too little too late. As I learned later on, the build order is incredibly important, and not getting tunnel visioned on what you're doing at the time if you're going to pull off some ridiculous tactic like, say, a proxy barracks and try and bunker rush him, is that you've got to concentrate on the tech at home as well. Use the hotkeys, bind the hotkeys to your production buildings, and check back on your base every now and again. Make sure that you're always building units and you don't have this ridiculous stockpile. I don't even know what I was doing here, honestly. Sending in a Reaper there, that's fine. I didn't even go for his mineral line. I decided to go and blow up a random building, which of course doesn't work at all. Only one Reaper with no speed upgrade, an absolute waste of resources. Now, the best thing I could have done here, there's a couple of options. Right now, I've got an infantry-only strategy, which is going to get absolutely torn apart by the set of units that he's got there. Those photon cannons can rip infantry apart incredibly well. I don't have enough Marines and Marauders to really be effective against that mass. What I should be building here is siege tanks. I should have them out already, and indeed, at this point, say in my current set of games, this was about 100 games back now, I could easily have gotten siege tanks up and be besieging his base at this very moment, and if I had any sense, that's what I'd be doing. Then again, if I had any sense, I wouldn't be building ridiculous proxy barracks and attempting stupid strategies that I didn't at that point know how to implement. In the meantime, you see he's got a very nice set of tech buildings. He can build almost anything he wants, and I am limited to very basic units. Hey, let's build a bunker, even though he's got the firepower to easily take it down now. Can't even imagine what I was thinking. You can see there he's building a Colossus. This is where it really ends. Colossus can tear apart infantry groups. It's not even funny. I don't have anything to counter it at this point in time. I don't even have a starport as of yet. You see there, I can't see up there, but he can't see what I've got either. He can safely assume that it's not an awful lot, though. And there's that first Colossus. Going to tear great gaping holes in that infantry line. Simply not producing enough units, not producing them fast enough, and they're not well enough upgraded to even think about dealing with that. Now, there's that starport that I built there finally, and instead of building Vikings to counter that Colossus, which I have not scouted, I decided to build some medevacs, which, in a normal situation, the M and M and M strategy, Marines, Marauders, and medevacs, is solid. Not against Colossus, however. Most effective counter that I could get at that stage in the game against a Colossus would, of course, be a few Vikings. Did I build them? No. Of course not. That would be too sensible, wouldn't it? Well, at least I know he's got his Colossus now. What am I going to do about it? Well, absolutely nothing. Even with that many Marauders, the Colossus will still be able to tear great holes in the infantry, and it's not like that's the only thing he's got. Second Colossus on the way as well. It's only a matter of time. Because I finally decided to expand. I should have really expanded a lot earlier to get that mineral advantage. Here's the thing. If you're going to build proxy barracks and take control of his natural expansion, then you have to take advantage of the fact that he cannot expand as quickly. A fast expansion, because it's completely safe, would have given me the edge that I needed. Of course, at that point, I didn't know anything about fast expansions. I didn't even understand the basics of macro management, ensuring that your economy is superior to the enemy. Still continuing to pump those out. Not even using mules at the correct time. No vehicles of any description. No siege tanks. Didn't even build a tech lab on that particular factory. And there's that second Colossi, and that really is the death of me. As you can see from the replay there, it's going to end very, very soon indeed. Final Reckoning coming up right now, and here we go. Yeah, needless to say, getting absolutely gutted by those double Colossus there. Nothing my Marines or Marauders can really do. And I decided to concede right then. And you might ask why? Why do you concede so early? Well, all of my units were put in that one basket. 3 medevacs and a few SCVs isn't exactly going to stop any Colossi, is it? Not a good situation whatsoever. Total mess. Absolute nightmare. Ugh. What could I have done? Diversified. Gone for that fast expansion earlier. Taking control of the map. That's the one thing I did right. I held that choke point for a long time. I could have taken advantage of it. I didn't. I decided to sit there. I procrastinated. I didn't tech properly. You can see he's managed to out-economy in every possible way. Lessons to be learned, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Total Biscuit, and I suck at StarCraft 2. I'll see you next time.